Let's talk about 2 points. One is, with insurance, there's always been incidents, where people tend to not disclose. So on the one hand, the insurance industry and the regulator, so especially in the health side, we saw this, right? Critical illness and, claims would get rejected because, there was this whole thing of you had this problem, but you didn't disclose it, etc. Pre-existing, right? Now, of course, there are certain, regulatory changes brought in there. I think it's 3 years that if you haven't, then it's okay, even if you were carrying it before. But when you talked about, for example, there's a trust element that if you come in at 25, you say, I don't have a problem, and you probably, truthfully disclose, then there's not even a medical test. What if you haven't? And I'm asking this because I think it's important that we inculcate this message in people that it's okay to be honest, it's okay to disclose, it's not like you're going to get your policy rejected.
See, the last thing I think you want your the nominees or beneficiaries to be really worried about if in case something happens to yourself is to go to an insurance company and to sort of figure out that actually due to non-disclosure the claim has been rejected. And that will really be horrendous from the family's perspective. If you're very straightforward and truthful when you're filling the application, then there won't be any such uncertainties later on at the time of a claim. And these are not insurmountable. So if you don't disclose something versus you disclose, say you had something. The worst thing that can happen if you disclose this, the premiums may slightly go up, but you can be rest assured the claims will be paid as long as everything else is clean and honest. So the chances people take by not disclosing are very, very severe. They're just sort of playing against the fact that maybe at some point they will be able to get away, or the families will be able to get away at some point in the future by the non-disclosure. I think it's a fairly silly game to play, given that you are actually putting your entire family at risk.
And you buy insurance for peace of mind, right?
That's right.
It defeats you're disrupting that very peace of mind if you have to.
The very purpose of
but have claims settlements become simpler, easier? Because I remember about 10 years ago, bulk of the complaints you got from people, consumers, were that I've been running around and not getting my claim settled. Has that also reformed in a big way?
That's right. See, if you take, say, the moment since we launched our term product in 2011 or 12, in the first 2-3 years, we had experienced as insurance companies a disproportionate number of frauds coming in, because you were giving 75 lakhs for a premium of some 6,000 rupees or something, and no medicals. So there are bound to be some elements who creep in to sort of try their luck. And because of which some of the claims got rejected 2-3 years back. But now the companies have become a little more smarter than what they were earlier, and they use analytics to sort of score, and they use PIN codes and all that to figure out whether there is any pattern that can be sort of deciphered at the time of sending the proposal form. So there are a lot of scrutiny that happens. In fact, we have 2-3 risk models before we underwrite a risk. So we have an analytics model, we have fraud model, we have a number of different models before we take on a risk, and that actually has resulted in a slight delay in sort of underwriting the proposal, but that has also meant that the settlement ratios have increased tremendously. Earlier, we were kind of doing the underwriting at the later stage at the time of claim, and then figure out, oh God, this guy didn't even have a job, and he was applying for a 1 crore sum assured. But now, because of all these various advancements we brought in at the underwriting level itself, the claim settlement ratio of the companies have increased fairly sharply, especially for the more mature companies. The settlement ratios have improved quite sharply in the recent times.